We have John King, the national correspondent of CNN. Thanks a lot, John, for being on the show. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Thank you.
Now, John, talk about these campaign videos. And there's the online video, the YouTube, all the stuff that's discovered that's up there on YouTube, on other channels that you guys refer to, and that it's having a big effect on the sort of the agenda and how things go. Is it all sort of like bad stuff or funny stuff? Do the candidates have any control about this? And what's the impact of these things?
The impact is that you have a more pure democracy. And with a more pure democracy, there are upsides and downsides. The campaigns have very little control over what you or I or anybody else wants to do on their own, and they can't stop it. And so you have something like Obama Girl goes up on YouTube, and millions of people view it. And if you're in the Obama campaign, well, is that a plus side or a bad side? Is it look trivial and youthful? But guess what? People are talking about your candidate. They're going online. So the challenge for the campaigns is if you're going to go onto YouTube to view that, how do they get a presence as too? So that on the side of the screen, as you're watching it, says, well, here are some other videos you might like to see. So the campaigns have realized you cannot stop the revolution in the technology, the revolution in the business, and in an exciting campaign like this, so many people going to events and shooting their own videos or making spoof videos. Some of them are highly critical of the candidates, some of them are highly supportive, but it's out there, and so the campaigns can't control it. So their big question is, how do we get a piece of this conversation? So they put up their own videos to counter them. They might put up their own things on webs to say, that's not true, here, get the other side. It's become part of the debate, much like campaign events, campaign speeches, right, traditional news coverage, if you will. It's all a part of the debate, and they can't stop it, so they're trying to figure out how to adapt to it.
Now, they have different styles. They're doing it different ways. How do any of the candidates work in terms of creating web video impress you, or is any of it notable in your opinion?
I think early on, without a doubt, in this campaign, the Obama campaign had a head start. They brought in some people who had done this for a living, college kids who had started these sites and who were very successful. So they were ahead at the beginning. The Clinton people have gotten better at it. McCain, of all the Republicans, started relatively early. One of the interests, his daughter travels with him, Meghan, and she does her own blogs, and she takes video of the campaigns, and she does it, and you'll see her late at night in the hotel when everyone else has gone to bed with her little camera, taping her little segment for the next day. There's no question, I think the Obama campaign is more aggressive in trying to have this, I'm going to again call it, from my experience, unconventional conversation, but it may well be the conventional conversation. The definitions I use are probably outdated because the business and the technology, the interaction, and the excitement, which is a good thing. You can't control it, and that scares some people because there are no rules. That's scary to some people, including an old traditional newspaper wire guy journalist like me. But you can be scared by it, but if you can't hide from it, it exists. So we all need to learn to adapt to it. The candidates do, the campaigns do, and we, in what we like to consider traditional news organizations, better adapt to it, recognize the potential power of it, and yes, the potential lack of a traditional fact-checking filter of it, and decide in our own mind how are we going to adapt to this, because you can't ignore it.
John, on a topic separate, CNN is taking the lead in a lot of long-form video, CNN.com, the live streaming, the longer pieces. What is, for someone who's really been sort of doing the, your segments and your cutaways, there's a lot of opportunities now that are not constrained by the, the time, the show, the 2 minutes. What are the opportunities, and what are you doing in terms of longer form or different type of video reporting now for the web?
The opportunities are endless. And what I think, I could name 3 or 4 today, and we could have this conversation in a month or 6 months, and I bet it would be different. But that's a good thing. I had a guy walk up to me in an airport last week and say, you're on my iPod. And he pulled out our podcast and showed me one of the political podcasts on his iPod. Anything we can do to continue our conversation with our viewers. Maybe they're watching CNN on an election night and they see me. But then maybe they're traveling the next week and they want to download something. Or they're in an office or in a hotel somewhere and there's a computer in the business center and they go to CNN.com. So we try to think about that. I try to write more for the web for people who want to read longer things. But also if we do an interview with a candidate or with I was just in Pennsylvania with union activists, I might do a 2-minute piece for television, but then we'll send an email to our .com people. We have this fabulous video of these people canvassing the streets, and we can only get so much of it on TV, but they have this platform, and it's a choice. You can see the menu on the web. You don't have to watch it, but if it interests you, you can click and get it. And we learn from that, and people send us stuff too. So I think if you remember in the back of your mind that there's a whole new world out there and that people are increasingly making their choices, and there's a debate about this within the company, and I think we made the right decision at the end of that debate. Some people say, if you put this raw product out there on a place like CNN.com, will people just go there and will they not watch television? And will we hurt our ratings? And that's our revenue stream. And it's a legitimate question within a news organization. And our people have come to the conclusion, you know what, we're going to trust people. And we're going to have a full-scale conversation with them in any way we can. And if you're seeing something on the web, we don't think that that's going to convince you I don't have to watch TV. We think it's going to convince you I like this. These guys are helping me. What are they doing on TV? And maybe read the written stuff on .com as well. So we think it creates a community in which everybody can visit different platforms and just trust people. If you're interested in the news, you'll not just go look at the video online. You'll come watch us on TV too.
And one last question. You do these awesome stand-ups. So just for someone who's a wannabe or people who want to be sort of newscasters or anchors or that sort of thing, okay, do you script these things? Do you read them from a teleprompter? Do you make them up sort of in your head? Do you make them up as you go? Give us a little bit of the secret of your stand-ups.
People do it in very different ways. Out in the field, almost never use a teleprompter. If I'm anchoring a show and you have to do a whole show and have, tossing to break and things, you use it to a degree. In terms of my daily reporting, I never use a teleprompter in the field, and I very rarely write it out, because I believe one of the challenges is to connect to people, to be conversational, not robotic. Now, you mentioned the subject we were talking about beforehand. I've been doing this for 10 years now. You can go back, and probably are videos of it online somewhere. When I first started in this business, I was petrified and I was horrible, and I literally had broadcast news moments sweating through my shirts because it was a whole new world. I had been a print reporter for a long time. And so I am more comfortable now because of experience. But I think one of the challenges in our business is to relate to people, to talk to them, not to talk at them. And so I obviously have an idea of what I think I need to say, whether it's a piece of information, a news thing, whether it's summarizing what the report is about, answering a question from a Wolf Blitzer or an Anderson Cooper. I don't script those things out because I think you want to have a more natural conversation with people, because I think then they take it as more genuine.
Outstanding. Well, you do a great job, John. I really appreciate you being on the show.
My pleasure. I'm happy to be here.
And where are you off to next?
I'm off to Milwaukee, Wisconsin to catch up with Senator McCain.
Okay, well, all the best.